I could really use some help. I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. Hey, can you guys help me out here? I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, don't look at us.
Welcome to Travels with Charlie, Vermont Politics in Real Life. We're at a restoration project here today in Danby, Vermont, and my guests are former Representative Oliver Olsen. Oliver, thank you for joining us today.
Pleasure to be here.
And John Badgewick. John is with Vermont Restoration Resource, and today you're going to help us build a birdhouse, but we're also going to be discussing the benefits cliff, which is something that many people struggle with if they're looking for work, and they're also on social programs and public assistance. Certainly being in the trades and in construction, I'm sure you struggle as I do. I need somebody to help me to put this birdhouse together, and you probably struggle looking for people to help do these construction projects.
There's never enough help. There's definitely a shortage, labor shortage in Vermont.
So maybe you could tell me too, John, a little bit about what your organization does. I know that you actually work with apprentices.
In our in Danby, on a very local level, we're able to do 2 to 3 internships this year. Hopefully next year we'll do 4 to 6. So we're trying to build up some of that skilled labor market so that there are actually workers. And we're teaching them hands-on skills, house restoration, painting, windows, doors.
Are you having a hard time finding candidates, or do you have a backlog?
It is very difficult.
Why do you think
finding candidates.
Why? Why do you think that?
I think that today's youth, they don't see the importance of a dollar. They don't see the importance of hard work and having a better goal than just getting by.
Yeah.
A lot of them seem to stay at mom and dad's or grandma and grandpa's for a very long time.
Oliver, when you were in the legislature, I know that you dealt with this benefits cliff. In fact, there was a bill, I believe it was passed.
It was.
And yet we still have an issue with people that are on public assistance, and they see opportunities like John might be offering here, and they go, well, gee, you know, if I do that, I'm going to lose my benefits. And at some point it would pay off. They wouldn't need the benefits, but there's that overlap where they can't be cut out of their benefits. Otherwise, there's no incentive to take the job or to do an internship. Whatever happened in that bill? Why are we still having this discussion today?
Well, it's a really complex problem, and you know, just talking about the labor market, on paper we have near full employment in Vermont, but that's based on unemployment claims. And the issue, as you point out, is a lot of people have gotten onto various public assistance programs, whether it's Medicaid, which provides insurance for low-income Vermonters, TANF, which is what people traditionally think of as welfare, SNAP, which is used to be called food stamps. There's a variety of these programs, child care subsidies, and a lot of these have different rules in terms of eligibility guidelines, and a lot of them are also driven by federal requirements. So there are rules that the feds impose on Vermont that create some restrictions. So what happens is folks end up on these programs, and then they realize that if they earn over a certain amount of money, or if they've saved over a certain amount of money, they start to lose these benefits. It's called a benefits cliff because it's just that, it's a cliff. And oftentimes the rules are black and white. And part of what, there's been a lot of efforts both in Vermont and other states to try to make that more of a slope rather than a cliff, to do just what you're saying. But the double-edged sword is, you want to try to have a program that provides a safety net that does not encourage people who are already in the workforce to start getting on these programs if they don't need them. But if you start to ease up the eligibility guidelines, then all of a sudden it makes it easier for people to get on, when really what you're trying to do is encourage people to get off.
I think it starts with education. I think that it's got to start at home with the parents, teaching the value of a dollar, and continue on through school, and realize that in order to make progressive, positive improvement in their lives, they have to be willing to work.
You're going to show us how to build a birdhouse?
Yes, I am.
Is it that simple?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
It is that simple.
And then we can get a job. We can
Yeah,
be
there we go.
birdhouse
Yeah.
builders.
You can. It's kind of like a puzzle. These go together like so. Take the pea shooter.
Yeah. Now, what if I miss?
Don't shoot yourself in the finger.
Press the trigger.
Yep. And then turn it over.
Whoa. I'm excited. I'm actually going to get a birdhouse today. I love birdhouses. All right, right here.
Yep. Go in a little bit.
Like that.
Yep.
So is that LEED certified?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. It's just, what exactly
It's
does that mean?
safe for the birds.
Safe for the birds. All
about
right.
that?
All right.
It's Audubon approved.
I think so. Well, it looks like I think we get the job.
I'd hire you.
All right. Well, let's get back to what we were talking about a moment ago, and that's one of the issues, especially single moms face, trying to raise their kids, keep a job, have a job, and pay for childcare.
Yeah, childcare is a struggle for any family, and particularly hard for a single mom. And the state does have a child care subsidy, but that's, again, these have traditionally been means tested, so it poses a real dilemma. So that is another thing that the state has tried to address, but again, it's a delicate balance, and there's no perfect solution.
There you go. All right. So you've been a contractor for how many years?
20 plus.
Yeah. So along with your apprenticeship projects, you're also doing restoration for people that can't afford it.
Correct. I moved back to Vermont 5 years ago and lived in town for the first time, so I was exposed to the fact that many Vermont homes need a lot of work, and many Vermont residents can't afford the work. Elderly, people on fixed incomes, and there's no state programs to address this. There's no federal programs to address this. So what we're starting, there's no model for. We're creating a unique nonprofit here and see how far we can take it. Ideally, it'll be statewide in a couple of years.
How many people have you helped so far in your program?
I think we're up to somewhere between 15 and 20, about a dozen projects.
I'm going to give you both a magic wand. This is something that we do. We don't have to build it all ever, thank goodness, right? So I'll give you the magic wand, and if there was any one thing, as a former legislator, if you were serving in the legislature today, as a contractor, just wave that wand and you could get your wish. Oliver, what would it be?
I'd look at having a different set of standards for an on-ramp versus an off-ramp. So, make it, so it's a little bit more, challenging for people to qualify to get on, but make it so that the slope, the off-ramp, if you will, is a little different than the on-ramp to provide a little bit better transition. I think, it's essentially one set of guidelines to get on and to qualify and to disqualify. So that would be what I'd be looking at.
The issue with the skilled workforce has to be addressed. Whether the state does it or a group of people similar to myself do it, it needs to be addressed. And
You got a wand. Wave it. Whatever you want, John. You can get, maybe he wants a new skill saw.
We have plenty of programs. Ideally, we'd have plenty of programs. We'd have a program like ours in every community in Vermont. Vermont could certainly use it.
So all the guests of Travels with Charlie today, which would be you, Oliver, get a birdhouse to take home today. I have a 3-year-old granddaughter that's going to be very excited. We're actually going to paint it. So
that's good.
I want to thank you both for being with me today. Oliver Olsen, former representative, state of Vermont, and John Badgewick from the Vermont Restoration Resource nonprofit home restoration organization. Thanks for being with me, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you're watching this video and you're not sure where else you can see it, you can find out more about the videos that we do, TrueNorthReports.com, Facebook and YouTube, Travels with Charlie. And I'll see you in my travels.
Covering lots of ground. If you be so kind and share what's on your mind, it's time well spent talking.
Here, birdies.
Though we may agree.
Here, birdies.
Let
Here,
your thoughts
birdies.
run free. You can have your turn if you feel the burn.